the U.S. government has imposed financial sanctions on Venezuela's President, Nicolas Maduro, after the election of a new legislative body to redraft the country's constitution in a vote described by Washington as a sham. Maduro hailed Sunday's election as a popular mandate to dramatically recast the troubled state, but his political opponents have warned this could lead to the dissolution of existing powers and turn the country into a fully fledged dictatorship. Nicolas Maduro will Venezuela's president drag his people to the edge. Observer profile. Read more. The sanctions unveiled on Monday freeze any of Maduro's assets under U.S. jurisdiction, and prohibit U.S. citizens from doing business with the beleaguered president. According to Reuters, the U.S. is also considering further sanctions against Venezuela's oil industry, which could prove devastating for a country which is already in a state of economic free fall. At least 10 people died in clashes around Sunday's vote, during one of the deadliest days in nearly 4 months of political unrest. Maduro had insisted that a new constituent assembly would help restore peace in the oil-rich nation. But analysts warned that the vote was likely to further heighten tensions within the country, and further isolate it on the diplomatic stage. At his first public appearance after the vote, Maduro struck a belligerent tone, threatening to jail opposition legislators and promising to restructure the office of Attorney General Luisa Ortega, who has become a prominent and vocal critic of his government. Cratering economy and acute shortages of medicine and food, coupled with rising anger at a soaring crime rate and an increasingly authoritarian government. The president, Nicolas Maduro, won a general election in 2013 on a platform of continuing his predecessor Hugo Chávez's socialist policies of using the country's oil riches to reduce inequality and lift people out of poverty. But falling oil prices have forced the government to curtail social programs. Opposition activists have been staging unrelenting protests against the government. Was this helpful? Thank you for your feedback. Some of them will end up in cells facing justice, while others will end up in a psychiatric ward because they have shown clear signs of insanity, Maduro said on Sunday night. We must impose order, he said. What we are seeing is an ongoing radicalization of the Maduro government, said Angel Oropeza, a professor of political science at Venezuela's Simón Bolívar University. Instead of solving the country's problems, Maduro is provoking the country's isolation. And this favors no one. The country's National Electoral Council said that over 8 million votes had been cast, but the figure was immediately disputed by the opposition, which accused the electoral body, which is allied with Maduro's government, of inflating turnout figures.